Papers have to be innovative. It has to be something new that we didn't know. It wasn't obvious that there would be a political slant to the way news is reported. Much like reporting on the weather, you would expect that everybody sort of knows how much snow there was. We can measure that just like we can measure a firm's earnings. My name's Ryan Israelsen. I'm the Alan J. and Sue E. Kaufman Endowed Professor in Insurance and Risk Management at the Broad College of Business. So I was interested in news in general and how that affects outcomes in financial markets. I was also interested in politics. My paper is called Political Polarization in Financial News, and it's published in one of the top 3 journals in finance, in academic finance, in the Journal of Financial Economics. I had the question of whether news about firms had a political element to it. We had 2 primary findings. The first is simply documenting that there is a bias in the way financial news is reported, and that's directly related to the political affiliation of the firm and the newspaper. And there are potentially many ways of measuring political affiliation. The way we measure it in the paper is we examine donations by employees of the firm and the political action committees associated with the firm. And we can see that there tend to be more positive words or more negative words in one newspaper versus the other. In January 2020, when Amazon announced earnings, the New York Times headline was "Amazon powers forward with hefty quarterly profit." The Wall Street Journal also reported on the same event. Amazon misses $1 trillion milestone. You can imagine if newspapers are reporting about a specific event, both of them may report it differently. They may spin it or frame it in such a way that it appears maybe better or worse for the firm. You could also imagine that if there's, say, bad news about a firm, one newspaper may choose whether or not to cover it at all. Investors might only be exposed to one of the 2 news sources, and when the same news is reported much more positively by one newspaper and much more negatively by the other newspaper, we call that disagreement. And the greater that disagreement, we find that there's more trading on that day by investors. This matters in the sense that it affects outcomes in financial markets. Why? Well, the more pessimistic investors might want to sell, and the more optimistic might want to buy. They read the news, they take it seriously, and they act on that. We have to think about, more broadly, why does this matter? Well, politics affects the production of information, and it's something that has practical application. At the individual level, it's important to understand whether the information you're consuming is biased. So I recommend that you pay attention to reputable news outlets that you may otherwise not be paying attention to. It's important to know whether reporting on objective events is likely to be biased in some way.